see, the trouble with barristers is if you put enough money in their hand, they'll say anything you want them to.
Mike, are you giving me a lift or not?
Yeah, so don't let this bloke come to high and mighty. Remember, you're the one paying the piper, so make sure that you're the one calling the tune.
But I'm supposed to be going to him for advice. What's the point if I'm not even going to bother listening?
Oh, I'm not saying don't listen, but the thing about advice is you don't have to take it.
Like she doesn't have to take yours.
Now, supposing this bloke was to say you'd be better off pleading guilty, would you take that advice?
I don't know. Maybe I should.
No, you shouldn't. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You have to tell them what's what. Don't wait for them to come and tell you.
Well, why don't you represent her? I've always said a wig had had your ball patch.
Alma, this is serious. If her bloke gets it wrong, she could end up in prison.
Oh, thanks.
I'm only saying if. He won't. We'll make sure of that. Is Frankie going with you?
Yeah, I'm meeting her at her office.
Yeah, well, she's a smart girl. She'll keep an eye on things.
Mike.
Yes, all right, all right. You all right to be left alone?
Yeah, of course.
Right, come on then. Let's go.
Hello.
Hiya. Oh, I just wondered if you were going back to Furman's today.
Yeah, of course I am. Well, I don't get rid of me that easy.
So you're going to be there all day? Because, well, I thought I'd come and join you after I finish my job in the cafe.
Well, I'll be there as long as it takes. Oh, hello. It's Captain Ahab.
Morning.
How many whales are we killing today, then?
Oh, don't you bother counting so long as you make a profit.
Look, I'm as much on the side of the whales as you are.
Then why do you support a government which kills them?
Exactly.
I don't control EEC fishing policies. All I do is run a very small supermarket in Weatherfield.
Where have we heard that one before?
Those prawns were already fished. I mean, even if I wanted to, I couldn't bring them back to life and put them back in the sea now, could I?
No, but you can make sure no more are fished.
Yeah.
Look, all I want you to know is I'm not your enemy, all right?
Then prove it.
I just thought you might be a bit annoyed when I turned up with Rachel.
Nope.
Because I didn't want to bring you. I mean, she made me. I don't think she trusts me.
Wise girl, isn't she?
No, with you, I mean.
What have you been saying to her?
I haven't said anything to her. She just knows that we used to live together.
Yeah, well, you better put her straight then, hadn't you, eh?
I already have put her straight. I've told her we're just friends.
Yeah, well, we won't be friends for much longer if you keep bringing your jealous girlfriends round here to have a good look at me, will we?
Ah, so you were annoyed. It's funny, isn't it? You know, a relationship isn't going to last.
Yep. It's even funnier when you don't.
No, with Rachel, I mean, it's not going anywhere.
Is it not?
No.
Well, me and the only man in my life are going somewhere. We're going down to the clinic, aren't we, eh? So if you'd do us a favour, could you just, take the cot down for us, please?
Yes.
Thank you.
You working tonight?
This afternoon.
Not tonight.
No.
Only there's some football on the box, you see.
Oh, well, that makes a change.
Now, this is important. And I might ask some of the lads round.
Oh, I see, and I'll be in the way.
Well, yeah.
All right, what time do you want me out?
You make me feel awful now. It's not a matter of wanting you out, it's just, well, it won't be much fun. Loads of lads sat here boozing.
What time?
7 o'clock.
All right, I'm sure there's something I can occupy myself with. Might see if Natalie wants to do something.
Cheers, Samantha. You are fantastic.
No, not really. Just can't stand football.
South Wales by not buying Norwegian prawns from this store. South Wales by not buying Norwegian prawns from this store.
Do you want me to have you moved on?
Oh, well, why not just harpoon me? Do the job right.
Look, Spider, I am not your enemy. I am not the enemy of the whales. I contribute to Greenpeace. I vote Labour. I put bread out for little birds and a bowl of water so they can have a bath.
Oh, no use asking me for absolution.
I'm not asking for absolution. I'm just asking for some peace and quiet.
South Wales by not buying Norwegian prawns from this store. South Wales by not buying Norwegian prawns from this store.
But I want to explain.
There's no need.
Well, I think there is.
Hayley, your life's your own. You don't have to account for what you do to me or to anybody else.
Well, I think I do where Roy's concerned. You went to a lot of trouble to bring us together.
No, I didn't.
That dinner party.
Well, that wasn't given to bring you and Roy together. I mean, he wasn't even invited.
Even so.
Whales and prawns. I mean, are we on the right side? You tell me, ladies, because I just don't know anymore.
Is Spider back? You're not going to call the police, are you?
Well, it did cross my mind. The thing is, Spider is a nephew of a dear friend and neighbour of mine. In fact, the more I think about it, the more I think he might be right.
Do you mean we are killing whales?
Maybe we are.
So we shouldn't be selling prawns?
Maybe we shouldn't.
Oh, it's the prawns I feel sorry for. I mean, they get eaten whatever happens.
Yeah, well, let someone else worry about them. I'm just sick and tired of that row out there. I'm sick and tired of customers asking me questions, but really I'm sick and tired of is me being Mr. Capitalist who doesn't care about his environment.
You want to be loved.
Yeah.
Don't we all?
Right, I tell you what, let's give in gracefully. Get those flaming prawns off the shelves and bung them in the back in storage somewhere.
Why don't you give her a ring? Ask her out for a drink.
Thank you, Gail, but I'm quite capable of running my own life.
You were thinking of her.
I wasn't thinking of anybody. I was wondering whether the front needed repainting or whether Pebble Dash would be an option.
Give her a ring anyway.
Have there not been times in your life when something has happened to you which nobody knows about and therefore they cannot possibly understand? Well, you remember how infuriating it was when well-meaning people who hadn't a clue what was going on kept trying to jolly you along.
I'm sorry.
I don't want to ring her up and ask her for a drink. I don't even want to see her again.
Morning. Cup of tea, please. And you don't sell prawn sandwiches, do you?
Not as a rule, no.
Or whale casserole?
And here's me thinking you were feeling peckish.
No, it's becoming second nature living with Geoffrey. I've turned into an eco-warrior.
Save the whale by not buying Norwegian prawns from this store. Save the whale, don't buy prawns from this store.
Okay. You win. Or rather, everyone wins. It's a case of the human race displaying their superiority over the animal race.
Who says we're superior when you see the mess we've made?
All right. Forget I said that. The point is, compromise.
What? Between survival and extinction?
Between you and me, I have removed all the prawns for sale from this store.
You expect me to believe that?
No. Which is why, if you'd rather step in here, I'll give you a guided tour and you can see for yourself.
Thought I was bad.
You were. And now you're unbarred. But can you just turn that off? Thank you.
It can go on again just as easy.
Yes, after you.
There we are, love. Oh, thank you, Betty. By the way, how are you getting on with that young assistant nowadays?
Leanne? Well, she's not Mavis.
No.
No, but I have to admit, you know, I mean, she's buckled down and so far so good. Of course, she's a married woman now. Maybe that's what's done it.
That's so it does.
Hey, hello,
Hey.
love. You're just in time. Tell Betty what you want.
Oh, red wine, please, Betty.
Okay, love.
Thanks, Rita.
So who's playing then?
I don't know. He just told me to get myself out of the way so we could have his mates round. There you go. That's $2.90, please.
I'll get it. Cheers. Didn't know there was a game on, did you? No.
Well, there better be. Also want to know what sort of game he's playing.
That check, see who's on. Make sure I've got enough brownie points to get a night off from the kids.
Did she say 290?
Yeah.
No, I don't think I've given her enough. Hang on a bit.
Sam?
Yes.
What are you doing tonight?
I don't know yet. Made my mind up.
I'll come round to mine.
Wouldn't you rather watch the football?
You're joking. Come on. I'll leave the front door on the latch and you just come straight up, OK?
OK. At 7?
Sometime next week, Manchester Crown Court.
And is it just you facing these charges, or have they got him up there alongside you?
No, just me. John's disappeared and no one seems to know where.
Well, I would have thought that's as good as a confession, if he's run off rather than face what he's done.
It's one way of looking at it.
What other way is there?
I have a feeling I'm about to find that out this afternoon.
This is Mrs. Rashid, my client.
Mrs. Rashid.
Thank you for seeing me.
Do sit down. Now then, charge is fraud. Am I right?
Yeah, 1 count of conspiracy to obtain a money transfer by deception, a mortgage. 1 count of conspiracy to obtain property by deception. 8 counts of theft, and a specimen count of obtaining property by deception using a credit card.
Fraud.
Mrs. Rashid's defence being...
Well, I'd like to hear that from her.
Well, I did do all those things, yeah. But I didn't realise where the money was coming from. I thought it was my boyfriend who was paying for everything.
And what made you think that?
Well, he arranged the mortgage and got me the credit card, so I just assumed.
And he admits that, does he?
Well, we don't know.
As I indicated, Mr. Lindsay has left the country, and the police are unable to find him.
So we can't expect much help there. Right then, Mrs.
Rashid.
You better tell me everything that happened. In your own words, own time.
Well, I was out for a drink one evening with friends. This was a while ago. And I met this fella who said he was an airline pilot.
When I say everything, I mean everything that's relevant. We can skip the trimmings.
Sorry.
Eric, I've given me word. Well, I had to do something. Look, with all due respect, you weren't here. I was. I can't do that.
Hayley, don't keep going on about him. I only keep going on about him because you won't let me explain.
Well, why do you want to? Whatever happens between you and Roy's got nothing to do with me.
I still want you to know. Look, will you meet me tonight for a drink?
Oh, I can't tonight. I'm busy.
Right, well, I'm going to have to tell you now then, aren't I? I'm going to have to shout it out for everyone to hear. And it's about sex. And you're going to find it the most embarrassing thing you've ever heard, but you're leaving me no choice.
Well, Hayley, don't, please, just don't.
So you'll meet me tonight and let me tell you then.
Ladies, I need you again. Do you know when the grand old Duke of York marched his men to the top of the hill, can you remember what he did next?
March them down again.
Yeah, well, that's what we've got to do. I've just been talking to our grand old Duke, Eric Furman. Apparently he disapproves of what we did this morning, taking those prawns off sale. In fact, he disapproves in the strongest manner possible, which means we've got to put them all back again.
But you promised him that we were protesting.
Spider.
I mean, you said you'd never ever put them back on the shelves.
It just goes to show you must never believe a word I say again. Look, just put them back somewhere where no one will notice.
You say the house was in your name?
He wanted it that way.
Why?
He said it was so I'd feel secure.
But isn't it the mortgage that's important here? I mean, that was in his name, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yes, I'm aware of that. And you didn't think any of this was at all unusual? Giving you a house, unlimited credit.
I suppose I wasn't doing much thinking at all.
And why should she, when he was a man promising her everything and apparently able to pay for it?
You wouldn't think it unusual?
I'd be delighted. Wouldn't have to ask twice.
Really? Anyway, moving on. Now, if I've got this right, even when you discovered that he was married before and therefore had been leading you up the garden path, you still went and used the credit card to make a series of cash withdrawals.
Totalling 4,000.
Because I was trying to get back what I'd lent to him.
You believed the credit card account was in his name, and so you were, in effect, taking the money back from him.
Yes.
Which I'm sure a jury will understand. As long as you can show that you did indeed lend him this 5,000 in the first place. Can you do that?
Well, how?
Mrs. Rashid withdrew the money from a savings account. We've got a record of that.
No, not the point. The point is where the money went. Did he give you a receipt?
They were lovers.
All right, then. Did he mention it in a letter? Send you a thank you card? Have you anything at all that will prove that that money went to him? And that therefore, when you were withdrawing the 4,000, all that you were doing was attempting to get back what was rightfully yours?
I haven't, no.
Yeah. You're a clever one, you, Curly.
I didn't do it on purpose. It was Eric that made me put back on the shelves.
It's open. No, but you got rid of the princesses and you're still selling the prawns.
Which I didn't want to do.
Hiya.
Oh, she let you out then?
No, climbed out the window, shimmed down the drain pipe.
I was going to invite Chris. Do you know his number?
No, he's not on the phone.
You're joking.
No.
No, I admire that.
Well, you wouldn't if you employed him. You could never get in touch with him.
Well, if we're going to invite him, one of us will have to go and get him. Right. I'll go. Nice one, man.
Don't let it start.
No chance,
I've seen a bit.
Oh, hi. What's going on?
I just had a headache.
How many of those have you taken?
None.
You telling me the truth?
Yeah. Here, you take them. You think I'm going to kill myself? Lock them away and then I won't be able to.
Is that what you were planning? Huh? To kill yourself?
It had crossed my mind.
And were you going to?
I just hate being me. I must be the biggest fool on the planet. And anybody who doesn't already know that is going to hear all about it next week.
They are going to hear that you are innocent.
They're going to hear I'm a fool.
What brought all this on, eh? Did you go and see the barrister? What did he say?
It just made me feel pathetic and stupid.
Well, then we'll sack him. We get another one.
Oh, not on purpose. Anyway, they'll all ask the same questions and I still won't have any answers.
What questions?
Like, why? Why did I trust John like I was a 3-year-old kid? Why didn't I ever ask him how he managed to get the mortgage, or how he was managing to pay our credit card bills, or why he had to be away all the time? I mean, it's just that obvious. You look back and you think, nobody could be as stupid as I've been.
No, they're not going to say that.
Oh, so what are they going to say? They're going to say I'm lying. Is that we don't believe that anybody could be that stupid, so she must be lying and she must be guilty.
No, come on. This isn't helping. And those won't either.
They are, though, aren't they? They're going to find me guilty. I wasn't sure before, but I am now.
No, you are wrong.
And I'm going to go to jail.
No!
And maybe that's for the best. Maybe that's where I should have been all along, for my own protection. After the stupid way I've behaved, I should be locked up for the rest of my life.
Come on.
Says no thanks, he's busy. Yeah, well, he can get stuffed then.
We won't ask him again.
Hey, I tell you what, though. I got the impression... Where's my beer?
It's here.
I got distinct impression that he wasn't on his own in that flat.
What made you say that?
Oh, no, I just seemed a bit embarrassed, like he'd thrown his clothes on at last minute.
So that be then, eh? Ideas?
No.
Well, has he not said anything to you?
I've just said no, Anna.
Go back and get him, Martin. I don't want to know. I'd only get jealous. Anyway, I feel sorry for him wasting his time with some girl when he should be watching the football.
Yeah, so do I.
They might be watching football as well.
What? You'd be risking sensory overload doing that.
Come out blind.
Yeah, well, good luck to him. Whoever she is, that's what I say.
Come on. So, you and Roy...
Me and Roy.
Well, I suppose it's not me and Roy I want to talk to you about. Not really.
Yeah, well, I'm not sorry to hear that.
What I wanted to tell you was what it was. that I told him that put him off. And that was that I wasn't always Hayley. I used to be Harry. I used to be a man.
You're serious?
Dead serious.
I don't know what to say.
Well, Roy did. Get lost, basically.
So you really were a man in every sense?
In every sense.
And now?
Well, look at me. What would you say I was?
This isn't turning out anything like I expected. What did we have to come in here for?
Well, you could have suggested somewhere else.
We hoping Fiona would be in?
Fiona has a baby. How's she going to go on hanging about pubs?
Yeah, sure. I still think you fancy her.
Well, think what you like.
Have you seen her today?
No?
Or if you have, you're not telling me.
Look, do you want to go? Is that it?
Yes, please.
Thank you, Betty.
Oh, thanks.
So, what are we drinking to?
Saving the whale.
Whose man is that, then?
My nephew, Geoffrey, by stopping Furman selling Norwegian prawns.
Oh, do you understand it?
Well, not altogether, no.
To the whale.
To the whale.
From being at school, I knew I was wrong. Not really a boy.
So what did you do? See a doctor?
With them all. Because they're not keen. They'll do anything to put you off. Until eventually I persuaded them that I wasn't going to be put off, and then I started hormone therapy.
So now you feel you're a woman, do you? Or do you?
Oh, I've always felt that. It's just the body was wrong.
And Roy wasn't too happy when you told him?
He was horrified. Or you?
No! Am I? No, I'm not. And if it helps for you to tell me, I'm very glad you have.
It does.
Hi!
Shh, shh, shh. Keep your voice down.
Wow, what's happened?
Deirdre, she's gone to bed.
Oh, right.
I've spent 2 hours listening to her, trying to calm her down. Where have you been?
Well, I've been doing a bit of listening of my own, but I'm not going to tell you about it because I don't think that you'd react in an entirely sympathetic fashion.
Yeah, she's in a bad way. No, really, in a bad way. I mean, when I come in, she was playing around with a bottle of pills. Thinking of taking the lot by the look of her.
I see.
Yeah, she's depressed about this trial and she's convinced she's going to prison.
And is she?
Well, how would I know? All I know is that if we don't keep an eye on her, she won't make it as far as court.